cocaine. Reach for the garbage, man, I'm a savage. Fingers from the weed and living lavish. I got the power to possess for the youth. Tell the motherfuckers the truth. You got my name on the news while all the killer pursues. I'm making money, motherfucker, what you want us to do? The little king is all I need. We living heartless. All this evil, run right out and kill some people. Pull the trigger like an army. Can't none of your motherfuckers harm me. So say what you want about me for days, motherfucker. On your radio play, you did it anyway. Follow me into the darkness, wicked souls be living heartless. Listen, soak up all this evil, go right out and kill some people. Follow me into the darkness, wicked souls be living heartless. Listen, soak up all this evil, go right out and kill some people. Everybody backs in the black Cadillac. Ziggy's black crack with the smoky glass. Full gas, no pass, so fucking all. Don't fuck y'all, wish that this was y'all. You don't wanna see me pull the piss for y'all. Forget what the name of the gang was called. Man, fuck all of y'all, I'ma keep it wicked. Y'all bitches, I still remain the sickest. I'ma keep on keeping where the bang is at. Represent, so I keep on saying that. Untouchable nigga like the Zodiac. And I ain't telling police where the note is at. Cause I'm heartless. I said I lead motherfuckers to the darkness. And I ain't tripping motherfucker cause I'm heartless. Follow me into the darkness. Wicked souls be living heartless. Listen, soak up all this evil. Go right out and kill some people. Follow me into the darkness. Wicked souls be living heartless. Listen, soak up all this evil. Go right out and kill some people.
I gotta switch to something else if I'm gonna switch the track.
California horrorcore rapper Mars says he's been gaining national notoriety for having been a favorite of the Minnesota school shooter. Horrorcore rap, form of hardcore gangster rap. Well, the devil keeps playing the music. This was not the kid that I knew. I'm an evil man. Got the wicked fangs with a gold chain. Moving major weight, sipping cocaine. Reaching for the cabbage, man, I'm a savage. Fingers from the weed and living lavish. I got the power to possess for you. And go and tell the motherfuckers the truth. You got my name on the news, what all the killer pursues. I'm making money, motherfucker, what you want me to do? Just rock and roll it, hear explosions. Kill the motherfuckers and you know, man, I'm gonna lead more children to the darkness. And I ain't tripping, motherfucker, cause I'm heartless. I said I lead more children to the darkness. And I ain't tripping, motherfucker, cause I'm heartless. Follow me into the darkness. Wicked souls be living heartless. Listen, soak up all this evil. Go right out and kill some people. Follow me into the darkness. Wicked
Solo. Caution, hot. Solo. Get it? Run up on your dolo. Let everybody know. Hit you with the bolo down low.
Like the army, and none of you motherfuckers can harm me. So say what you want about me for days, motherfucker. On your radio play, you did it anyway. Follow me into the darkness, wicked souls be living heartless. Listen, soak up all this evil.
Let them know that we emptied out some 20-year-old clips with 20-year-old bullets to the fuck shit and bullets. And that niggas is cold. Make it like a fucking selling drugs on the block. I don't give a fuck if folks getting off if we don't got fucking good, but we're getting fucking shot anyway.
In the black Cadillac, Diggy's black rack with the smoky glass, full gas, no ass, so fuck y'all, don't fuck y'all, wish that this was y'all. You don't wanna see me through the pistol, y'all. Forget what the
Name of the gang was called.
Now you can feel the murder. Two more personalities, just another murder, just another technicality, no rationality. See, I'm enemy, yeah, no hospitality. So this can stand every pair, feel close to the trap, man. I'm asking for help. I'm on straight staff, take collapse on myself. So unhealthy, I'm going paranoid. So I'm trying to help me, just to feel annoyed. Things going to get so and so, ready, so sure, start to go psycho. Hear it in my phone call, trying to keep faith, then I'm trying to stay hopeful. Myself, every case, I will try to stay sober. Dance with the devil in the veil.
Moonlight.
So it's man, I'm man, you alright. I'm in this shit so like every day struggle to survive. I'm alright, you know this time, life is getting shorter. I have no boundaries, no limits, and I have no borders.
Yo, I gotta do something different. Personality disorder.
All I do is take your time, hold to shake your frame. Now she's trying to say she love me, but I know she don't love me. To shake your mane, told her break your chain. Now she's trying to say she love me, but I know she don't love me. You might still love from a kiss and a hug and tell her what's up. Yes, I know you want me 'cause I'm thug and feeling the buzz. So put the ecstasy in the cup. I hit the bud every single release in the night. Bitch, I don't need the drugs, kissing in the split from me high. I stick with Mary Jane 'cause that's the only bitch that don't lie.
And Bishop don't lie.
She tell you pussy best time. Jealousy, she let me do that one night stand. You a scallywag, keep crying, say you
Scallywag. I knew. Yes.
hoe, fucking hoe. Hoochie, give me
It's from Manitoba. That's where I heard that. You gotta go back like 2 videos to know what I'm talking about. But I know she don't love me.
Told her break your chain. Now she's trying to say she love me, but I know she don't love me. I never thought she would, but she got me good. I was kinda shocked that she could make that thing drop. She could never stop. She should, cause I'm about to bust. So I just pop it in the mouth when I'm pulling it out her guts. Now you ain't in love, nah. You just feel my swag. So
Each
bitch,
their
don't feel my
own.
bag with close cash. Kinda thought you could. and past broken memories. Backstabbing lies and claiming they was a friend of me. Make you fuck them all if they can't understand me. And travel down the road to destruction, my family. Bustin' by me in the cuts, cutting up your grandpiece. Hash inside of a fat brief. Homies in the front, watch you sucking in the backseat. Fuck a rat. Fuck a splat, chopping like a lumberjack. You in the front and back, you know the hustle packs. They ain't no time on no line, then I'ma work the shack. Since my cousin passed about it, people love to rap. Push it to the limit, cause nothing will ever come from that. Try growing up to do, still pulling cups for you. Still in the motion of struggle, really there ain't nothing new. Run out of drugs
and I'm wondering what the fuck to do.
Taking my life, but every time I chug a brew. Until they lay me to rest, they'll always know I'm the best. I push through all of the stress as I try to keep my mind from running. Until they lay me to rest, they'll always know I'm the best. I push through all of the stress as I try to keep my mind from running. No matter what I do, I always do it for me. I'm still up in the street, living free as can be. But behind bars wasn't the life for me. I don't go to church, but I'm saying get a gospel. Better watch out,
Cause things could get hostile.
No money in your pocket, oh no. Homie about to cock it, point it to your dome. No best was rock it. Have the whole neighborhood. You shot kid, homies in the hood. Still coming up broke. Things like that happen, money on coke. I spent my whole life
Serious, no joke.
no time to laugh when you live in the coast. Fuck this shit, just give me a rope. On the back dog gets thrown in the post. Too clean, selling hookers and soap. Until they lay me to rest, they'll always know I'm the best. I push through all of the stress as I try to keep my mind from running. Until they lay me to rest, they'll always know I'm the best. I push through all of the stress as I try to keep my mind from running. Until they lay me to rest, they'll always know I'm the best. I push through all of the stress as I try to keep my mind from running. Until they lay me to rest, they'll always know I'm the best. I push through all of the stress as I try to keep my mind from running.
Holy fuck, that's been up there a while, eh? I think I know this one. At least two of them, man. Oh, that's pretty close. 50-50 chance it pulled up in front of the building, eh? I don't know what that is. I thought I knew what that was. What happens when you sign a music contract? I don't know. Is it 1996 still? What the fuck? Music contract. Is that like where you put a contract out on somebody that makes music? I don't understand you, dog. What the fuck am I looking for? I can't remember the name of this fucking track, eh? How about if I just try searching the two artists at the same time? Watch, I'll find it. It won't even be the same beat that I thought it was. Yeah, I don't like recording myself. Apparently, I know this seems odd for me to say. 600 fucking videos of myself.
I can't use that one because I'm pretty sure that one's got somebody else's beat on it. I can't listen to this fucking Wolf Station up here, right? The last time I listened to that station up there was they were running ads for Bacardi and Rolex, and then playing fucking songs where the guys are bragging about Bacardi and Rolex, and it was just too much for me to take. This better not suck.
Powering up after the big blackout. I have absolutely no evidence at all that it originated in Canada.
It originated in Canada.
Me and my homies got this shit. We hold it down like real brothers. No snitching. Even behind bars, there's no extensions. Just the one look at me. Let me maxed out my sentence. Microphone blessings keep cannibal going. And the stress that I'm
Even behind bars, there's no mention. See, you people, blah, 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 blah. When you get arrested, then you start talking about all the stupid shit your friends do to get arrested, and they're recording all that shit. Then the judge took one look at me, and he maxed out my sentence. That's what I fucking did too, I could see it in his eyes. You're not getting bail.
languages released when I'm flowing in the form of a beast. I'm beast, I'm alone. Fuck sucker MCs. I'm the reason they're hopeless. I chose this way I'm living. Yo, I pray that this mic life was given. So listen up, everybody. The real soldiers are here now. Fuck up and find out what we be about. We never see it down. Got my aim right, these tracks are fire. Like my gangsters pull the heaters out. See some thugs get it hard, they pray to Jesus now. But I ain't talking to the past. Do what you gotta do. Rise up with low guns to blast. Yes, I bring the trouble in, make your villains separate. With beats from double edge, you'll be doing spectacate. We the illest in the game, we
Double N, Triple R, 3D, Riz, Riff Raff, fucking Chrome One, fucking
eyes low, smoking, floating like a featherweight. When I grab the microphone, I'm more than shit that in the face. My style ain't cause don't nobody want it. Every bar's you got rolled up in the garbage. Who else realer? I'm dope and I'm being honest. As well as my team, we hoping you get abolished. This fast life puts me in places where I'll die quicker.
don't know what fucking rhyme over these other niggas' voices, but I hear voices in my head every day, so I don't bother going to bed. I'm gonna get shot in the head and beat the sidewalk red any way, any day. If it fucking happen, guns clapping like they at the fucking concert. I don't give a fuck. They shoot at you in concert. The enemies are working together. This is bad weather. Whether or not you like it, you should get got, bought, sold, shot, never get old. I don't need to steal your beat because I don't sell music, I sell drugs. I run with real thugs that shoot off real slugs. Real grave dog. I don't give a fuck. You gotta leave one portion of your fucking release with no words on it so people can use it, eh?
When I'm beastin', I smash the track like Easton. Money where my mouth be, I'm straight cheesing. Fuck, I'm a great even. Bucks in production or else I'm leaving. Remodels the bottles that you better believe in. I let them know where it originated. Y'all imitators making music while we innovated. Never intimidated. The most underappreciated, underrated till they hit the thunder that we created. And you know I got the hood beside me. They know my face, it takes more than the hood to hide me. Yes, it's in my blood, something like an ID. So y'all ain't fit nothing the way that I be. Y'all ain't doing nothing without pushing the buttons. If you talking about cannibal, man, then you straight frontin'. Playing with bang 'em, we told tag 'em. Tell them come home.
That's it. See, you didn't give me no section of the beat long enough to use, Brendan. I don't know who owns that beat either. That's the problem with it. Like playing some of this shit. I don't know where they all got their beats from. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know. I'll get like 6 copyright strikes. Never be online ever again, eh? They know my real name. They'll never get another YouTube channel if I fuck this one up. This page is missing a description. Complete your info so people know what your page is about. Fuck, I tried like 3 different fucking times from different devices, and your description section will not fucking work. So why are you fucking? Maybe if I press this, it'll bring me right there. The page you requested was not found. Thank you. That was the most useless fucking thing I could have just done it. I think for a second. Shit, I can't find any of my music because my whole fucking bookmarks is filled up with news stories, eh? When did that fucking happen? I know what it is. They stopped making good music, but they keep making bad news, eh? Well, I either gotta talk or I gotta find something to play, man. I do have beats on here, but I don't know. I don't know how well I'm gonna perform it. What is this? What is this? What are those? That. What is that? It's got a Unix timestamp. I don't even know when I recorded it. Fuck. Where did that come from? How did that fucking even get on here? This question this girl asked me is ringing in my head over and over. It's like a Kung Fu movie, buddy. I don't know if I could rap to this. I know we could gun clap to this, we could trap to this all day. You're gonna diss, you're gonna get hit. If we miss, we coming back. Straight shit, no fucking lies. I don't give a fuck, y'all gonna die. How the fuck did that end up on my phone? I don't understand this. I picked these on purpose and now they don't fucking sound like what I remember. I must have been fucked up on doctor's drugs when I downloaded all this shit, man. That's not doing it. I think I'm in the wrong folder, right? That's edgy, but I don't know. Fuck. Where did I fucking find this shit? Okay, we gotta try a different fucking. I might not be any good, but if the music sucks too, that's not gonna help anything. So it's. $60 fucking tracks. I only like one of them. How did these all end up on my phone? I gotta delete all this shit, and then I have all sorts of room to download porn. Damn it. You could download the widget. Alright, that's another fail. Fail. There's gotta be something for me to fucking. That must be a few hundred megabytes. How the fuck did I get that many tracks I thought I liked? I don't like no more. Delete. How the fuck I did that? Oh, I know what I have. I thought I had a playlist of beats. Where the fuck? There we go. There's only about 500 on here. If I can't find some I like, 476. Eh? There we go. I was just looking at it. Come back. I can't rap to this one, but. Too much drum machine. Oh, what did you just do? These people citing 6ix9ine with pictures of him and shit. This is, you can tell this is from more than a year ago. I ain't rapping today. I can already tell. I'm not gonna find nothing I like. As soon as I end this, I'm gonna start talking to myself, and it'll sound cool. I just know it. These got to be out of order, or some are missing. Jesus Christ. Shit, where'd it go? I either like this one or I don't. Hold on. No. Oh, fuck, man. How did this get on this playlist? That's not a beat, that's a song. That one, too. Why is that one on here? But there's lyrics on this. I don't know how this ended up on my beats playlist. These are cats and blasting for no reason, riding for the cause, the last of the Mohicans. Get lucky. Homicide. I caught the beat. The problem is the man's talking on it. Story up. Hands down, guns up, it's a fucking stick up, get licked. I don't give a fuck what you try to hit me gonna. Everybody's gonna know who you tried to diss. You ain't got disrespected yourself when we took your house and your wealth. You ain't got knowledge yourself. I ain't gotta deal with your ass. I got 100 meters behind me that ain't got no flag. Sitting at the back of the flag, smoking grass. Cut you up with a piece of broken glass. Well, that doesn't even belong on this. I might as well turn on the fucking news. I'm disappointed. Oh.
Because we didn't have the proper grip.
Why?
Because we didn't get winter tires.
Why?
Because I should have gone to Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac Certified Service for up to $200 off a new set of tires with my Scotiabank GM Visa card, plus a price match guarantee on all major tire brands.
Oh. I gotta go to the bathroom.
680 News Time, 11:56. Now time for the 680 News Weekend Business Report.
I'm Carl Garnish. Where do you go to get financial advice? As investors continue to turn to digital platforms, a recent poll by Investment Planning Council found that 82% of Canadians claim financial advice received from an advisor helped them achieve their goals. Brad Smith, Senior Wealth Advisor at IPC Securities, says people see the value in speaking with a financial advisor.
One of the greatest benefits of working with a financial advisor is to help the clients stay on track to meeting their goals and objectives, as well as to kind of guide them through those times when there's market volatility or uncertainty. People get a lot of information. They don't always know what to do. They're looking for the wisdom. So often they will seek out the advice from a financial advisor to get the wisdom of what they should do.
As we know, life is full of big moments, whether it's a milestone or a very stressful period. Smith says the data found that guidance from an advisor was important regardless of one's generation.
For instance, we might need to seek advice for strategies for investments. Preparing for retirement is another time, which is also another popular response in the survey at 43% of people looking for advice in regards to preparing for retirement. Estate planning, 36% of the population looking for advice on estate planning. There are certain milestones throughout your lifetime that you will go to seek advice for, so it crosses many age groups throughout our country.
While Canadians still want the human element in an increasingly digital age, Smith says technology can be a useful tool for advisors.
Using some of these tools allows us to reach a wider audience, to get the information into their hands so that they can make good decisions, at the same time be able to provide that advice that people are looking for. So the convergence of those two things, the digital side of things as well as the human side effect, that can really help people make good decisions with their finances.
Brad Smith is Senior Wealth Advisor at IPC Securities. At the Business Center, I'm Carl Garnish.
Making your smart speaker even smarter.
Alexa, play 680 News.
Disappointed. Very disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I'm always content. Well, I got nothing for you. Actually, you know what? We'll give like 30 more seconds to tell us if there's anything. I don't think they got anything for us.
And right now in downtown Toronto, snowing 1 degree, but feeling like -4 with the wind chill. This is CFTR 680 News, part of the free Radio Player Canada app. Download the app today. It's where Canadian radio plays. 680 News time, midnight.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Good morning. This is Monday, November the 11th. I'm Tim Chapman.
And I'm Carla Donahue. Here's what's making news this hour.
It's Remembrance Day, and there's a number of ways you can join thousands from sea to shining sea in remembering our fallen soldiers.
Both the TTC and YRT offering free rides for veterans and will be stopping service at 11 this morning. The morning drive will be a nuisance. The evening drive will be a nightmare. Record-breaking snow on the way, and now is the time to prepare.
The Leafs are dealt another tough hand as their star forward Mitch Marner is placed on injured reserve.
The undermanned Raptors outworking the LA Lakers on the road. The Toronto Maple Leafs come back falling short in Chicago. And TFC meeting Seattle for the MLS Cup final once again, Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, the pillars of Canada's retirement system are said to be strong, but could use improvement. We'll look at worldwide research from Mercer.
680 News time, 12:01.
Time for John Good Weather together on the ones. Good morning, Michael Ranger.
Good morning, Tim and Carling. This report brought to you by Martin Daniel Interiors. Well, major routes, they're all up to speed right now. We do have some construction on the roads, though. Westbound 401 and McCowan, they're working in the collectors in the two left lanes. Because of that, the west of McCowan transfer from the express to the collectors is closed. Some more construction in the westbound 401 collectors at Victoria Park, 2 right lanes there. And then again at Keele, they're working in the 2 right lanes. Because of that spot of construction, there's no access to the westbound 401 from Keele Street. Ramp is closed. Then we got a final spot of construction on the westbound 401 from Weston to Islington in the express. 2 left lanes gone for road work there. Other side of the highway, eastbound 401, there's no access to the 410. That ramp is closed. Northbound Don Valley Parkway ramp to the westbound 401 closed as well. And then some more construction on the northbound 427 north of Dundas. The transfer from the collectors to the express, that's closed. And then north of Burnham Thorpe, transfer from the express to the collectors closed there. And then the Rexdale and Derry ramps to the northbound and southbound 427, they are closed. Eastbound 407 ramp to the northbound and southbound 427 is closed for bridge repairs. Buy more and save more during the inventory sale at Martin Daniel Interiors. Save 25 to 70% on the finest European furniture and accessories. Visit martindaniel.com. Your next report is at 12:11. Now with the forecast, here's Malia Sheikh.
It's going to feel a lot like winter today. We're
don't like
expecting
much
between 10
European,
to
eh?
15 centimeters of snow in Toronto.
Dutch
A daytime
chocolate,
high
that's
of
it.
-1. Those roads are going to be pretty dangerous throughout the day, so drive carefully, especially if you don't have your winter tires. A -9 as your low. Your high for today, -1.
Right now in downtown Toronto, it's 1 degree, feeling like -4 with a light snow. And over in Toronto Pearson, it's 0, feeling like -4 with a light snow. 680 News time, 12:03.
Today is the day to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms.
It's Remembrance Day, and there's a number of ways you can observe it in and around the city. 680's Zahir Hashimi has those details.
At 10:45 this morning, Doug Ford will be hosting Ontario's Ceremony of Remembrance at Queen's Park. Their ceremony aims to honor the bravery, courage, and sacrifice of past and present members of the Canadian Armed Forces. There will be a number of subsequent closures around Queen's Park from 8:30 this morning to 1 o'clock this afternoon. In addition, there will also be Remembrance Day services at Old City Hall, East York Civic Center, Etobicoke Civic Center, Fort York National Historic Site, Meridian Arts Center in North York, and the York Civic Center. All services are set to begin at 10:45, and there may be some road closures as a result, so stay tuned to Traffic and Weather Together on the Ones for the latest traffic updates. I'm Zahir Hashimi.
Meanwhile, the TTC will be honoring Canada's fallen by bringing all of its vehicles to standstill for 2 minutes at 11 a.m. All subway trains will be held at station platforms.
It's 11:13.
Streetcar
Isn't 13
operators
a
will
bad
stop their
luck
vehicles
number?
at regular service stops prior to 11 a.m. and will remain there for the remainder of the pause. Streetcars will also carry a sign reading "Lest We Forget." Regular service will resume immediately following the 2 minutes of silence. In addition, current and former Canadian military members will be able to ride the TTC for free.
Speaking of the TTC, there's also an early closure affecting TTC's Line 1 that you should be aware of. Subway service on Line 1 between Wilson and St. Clair West will end at 11 p.m. nightly from now until Thursday, November 14th. It's also crews can carry out necessary maintenance. Shuttle buses and Wheel-Trans will be running through the affected stretch. Regular service resumes each following morning at 6 a.m.
And the TTC isn't the only transit service giving a free lift to veterans. York Region Transit's also stepping up to the plate. YRT and Mobility Plus will be offering free service to veterans and their families for Remembrance Day. Veterans must identify themselves to operators by showing a uniform, medal, beret, or blazer. Immediate family of deceased veterans may ride for free by presenting an item that identifies their relationship to the veteran, such as an identification card or service papers. YRT buses will also be pulling off to the side of the road at 11 a.m. for 2 minutes of silence.
This is All News Radio 680 News. Well, you can also join the Royal Canadian Legion for a sunrise ceremony at Prospect Cemetery as they remember some of the most famous soldiers resting in Toronto. Prospect Cemetery, also known as the Cemetery on St. Clair, is home to the largest First World War veterans section
I've never
in
heard it called
Canada.
that. That's where it is and what it is.
5,300
I've
veterans
never
are
heard it called
resting
that.
there, including Walter Lee Rayfield, who served as a private in the 7th Battalion. When his company was held down under fire, he rushed the trenches, handling German fighters and 10 prisoners. He was awarded the Victoria Cross Medal in 1918 and later achieved the rank of captain. The World War I vet died in 1949 at the age of 67. You can honor Rayfield and all the fallen heroes that lay with him at the Cross of Sacrifice on the Veterans section at 8 o'clock this morning.
680 News Time, 12:06. Winter officially starts on December 21st, but Mother Nature isn't cooperating. Daily weather records for snow and cold could be broken today. 680's Michelle Mackey reports.
The most amount of snow ever recorded on November 11th was 3 centimeters back in 1983. Monday, we're expecting 10 to 20 centimeters of snow. The lowest temperature on record is -8 set in 1937. Monday's low is -9. So yes, these records are likely to be shattered thanks to a developing low pressure system tracking south of the lower Great Lakes. The snow looks to start pre-dawn and last through the night Monday. The morning commute will be a nuisance. The evening commute will be a nightmare. The earlier you can leave, the better, but there is no escaping the drive home. By that point, heavy wet snow will be accumulating on the roads and winds will be picking up, creating very low visibility. Now is the time to plan your day. I'm Michelle Mackey. 680 News Time, 12:07. Well, Mitch Marner is out for a month at least. In a tough break for the Leafs, Marner underwent an MRI today, confirming the extent of an ankle injury suffered Saturday against the Flyers. Sportsnet 590's The Fan Colin Teske tells us it means with Buds will be without Marner for at minimum the next dozen games.
Just days after John Tavares returned to the Maple Leafs lineup from injury, Toronto will have to deal with another star player out for an extended period of time after leaving Saturday's 3-2 shootout loss against the Philadelphia Flyers. Mitch Marner expected to be out at least a month, possibly more, with an ankle injury. And in his absence, Alexander Kerfoot and Kasperi Kapanen saw an increase in ice time in a 5-4 loss in Chicago. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, I'm Colin Teske.
680 News Time, 12:08. We have some sobering information from the Better Business Bureau on how veterans are being taken advantage of in our country. 680's Mike Blanchard has that story.
The Consumer Awareness Agency finds military members and their families are more likely than civilians to be targeted by scammers. Shauna K. Thomas says home improvement schemes are among the most prevalent threats because military families tend to move around so much.
These people are always moving from place to place, so you always have to get new stuff and get rid of old stuff, and so you're basically shopping more often than the average civilian.
Thomas adds employment scams are the most likely threat because often family members may be looking for work after a move. I'm Mike Blanchard.
This is All News Radio 680 News. Well, Canada's first feature-length documentary film with sound was about World War I. As 680's Safe Kaiser tells us, Lest We Forget was released back in 1935.
October 1917 saw the Canadians moving again to east, this time to Passchendaele.
Lest We Forget was made using footage from several Canadian
I bet if I turn the Wi-Fi off, it starts working again.
Combat. We also used some graphic, simulated battle scenes and news footage.
Of Passchendaele, men remember only the mud, the interminable shelling and bombing, and the heartbreak groundbreaking attack.
The full documentary can be watched on the Library and Archives Canada YouTube page.
What trenches existed were merely waterlogged ditches. Men had to dig their cover in muddy shell holes.
I'm Safe Kaiser.
They captured Passchendaele.
Still to come on 680 News, traffic and weather together on the ones, and we'll check on the price of the pumps. 680 News time at 12:09. This portion of the news brought to you by Global Money Transfers.
680 News.
Toronto.
OFX are global money transfer specialists helping people and businesses thrive in a fast-moving and evolving world. Whether you're a business looking to enter the global marketplace, a son or daughter sending money to family back home, or a retiree dreaming of an exotic next chapter, transact across borders with confidence. OFX combines a streamlined digital experience, 24/7 human support, and competitive rates. It's how the world moves money. More at OFX.com.
Now the 680 News gas price update. Enpro says the price did not change at midnight, holding at $1.16.9 a liter at most GTA stations. 680 News time, 12:10.
Black Friday happens all November long, and now Batches, Mississauga, and Rexdale Hyundai. And here's Hyundai's hottest lineup sales event. Now getting you ready for winter, it's a $500 winter tire credit on select models. And keeping your wallet happy, it's still paid for 90 days on all new models.
Fucking upload them without looking at them.
It's a special Black Friday in-store offer! Celebrate Black Friday at Not Body as Mississauga and Rexdale Hyundai. See store for details.
Rexall can help you realize getting a flu shot is a really good idea. Oh, our vacation down to Florida can't come soon enough. I'm going to relax on all the beaches. I'm going to do all the shopping. I'm going to reply to none of the emails. I can't get sick right now.
Wait a minute. I'm going to do undriving us and the kids in the minivan. I can't get sick right now.
You probably have a reason you can't get sick right now. Help protect yourself and your loved ones from the flu. Get your flu shot at Rexall. Visit Rexall.ca for details.
News time, 12:11. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Michael Ranger. This report brought to you by 407 ETR.
I'm not logging off this shit till I get
speed
this shit
right now. Not seeing any delays. 401 in good shape all the way across the city. There is some construction along the route though, westbound to 401. From McAllen and the collectors, they're working in the two left lanes there. Because of that construction, the west of McAllen transfer from the express to the collectors is closed. Some more construction in the collectors at Victoria Park, working in the two right lanes. And then again at Keele in the collectors, two right lanes gone there. Because of that construction, the ramps to the westbound 401 from Keele Street are closed. Final spot of construction on the westbound 401 is in the express from Weston to Islington. Two left lanes gone there. On the other side of the highway, eastbound 401, the ramp to the 410, that's closed. Northbound DVP ramp to the westbound 401 is closed. It's the only issue on the DVP right now. Northbound, southbound, no delays. Gardner Expressway as well, looking good in both directions. We've got some construction on the northbound 427, north of Dundas. Transfer from the collectors to the express closed. North of Burnham, transfer from the express to the collectors closed. And then the Rexdale Boulevard ramp to the northbound 427 is closed. Dairy Road ramp to the southbound to 427 closed. On the eastbound 407, there's no access to the 427 in either direction. That ramp is closed for bridge repairs. 407 ETR is your fast, safe, and reliable choice, saving drivers over 30 million hours each year, so you can spend more time with the people that matter most. Your next report is at 12:21. Now with the forecast, here's Malia Sheikh.
Say hello to winter. Snow expected throughout the day. A daytime high of just -1 today. Our seasonal average is 8 degrees, so quite a bit cooler than that. The heaviest snowfall is expected in the afternoon, so drive very carefully. And because of that winds gusting out of the northeast up to 40 kilometers an hour, visibility on the roads could be an issue as well. A low of -9. Tuesday, it gets even cooler, -5. Partly cloudy skies though, so no snow on your Tuesday, and a low of -13. Your high for today, -1.
Right now, downtown Toronto, 1 degree, some light snow, feeling more like -4 over at Pearson Airport. Similar conditions, 0 degrees, feeling like -4. Still to come on 680 News, a list of your top stories and sports. 680 News time, 12:13.
At Markville Toyota, you're a member of the family.
Family, eh? Maybe you could help your Uncle Frank hook up his TV?
They can't, Frank. They're helping me with the garden. A better idea? Come on into Markville Toyota for finance rates from 0% or lease rates from 0.49% on select 2019 or up to $8,000 in cash savings on other select models.
Block everything that you find sensitive.
Sorry, Dolores. It's time to Toyota at Markville Toyota. Welcome to the family. Highway 7, just east of McCowan.
Does your credit card debt keep you up at night? I know mine did. Hi, I'm Adam, and 6 years ago, I was no different, so I started Nuvoro. Our proven step-by-step system helps homeowners eliminate debt and save thousands, like Tina.
Now I sleep at night, my debts are paid off, and I only make one monthly payment.
Read hundreds of other 5-star Google reviews and apply today to start saving.
Use your home to get a loan with Nuvoro.
That's not the problem, is it?
Nuvoro.com. License 13115.
I just do it over and fucking over and fucking over again until it fucking works. That's all I ever do.
With some light snow. Good morning from the 6 City News broadcast
It
center.
always takes me 20
Downtown
minutes to
Toronto.
upload a photo. That's how I get hundreds of photos.
It's Remembrance Day, and there's a number of ways to observe it in and around the city. At 10:45 this morning, Doug Ford will be hosting Ontario's Ceremony of Remembrance at Queen's Park. For a full list, you can head to 6citynews.com. And the TTC and YRT are offering free services to veterans and their families all day today. You can tune in at the bottom hour for a full list of details on that. And unfortunately, there's quite a bit of snow that you can anticipate for your morning drive. We might even break a record. 6 City's Michelle Mackey with those details. 6 City News time at 12:15. Now, 6 City Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
It's not low memory, obviously.
Their old
I
nemesis,
just fucking
LeBron.
did
I'm Colin Teske. The Underman Raptors go into LA and blow a gutsy effort against LeBron James and the Lakers. Chris Boucher, the Montreal native, with 15 points. Off the bench, Pascal Siakam leading all Raptors with 24 as Toronto wins 113-104. Next up, Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. For the third time this season, the Leafs surrendering 4 goals in a period, this time allowing 4 to Chicago in the first, and despite a late surge in the third, the Maple Leafs falling 5-4. Meantime, Maple Leafs going to have to get used to life without Mitch Marner. He's had at least a month, possibly
page
more,
is not
with
found.
an ankle
What
injury
the
that he
fuck?
suffered in a 3-2 loss against Philadelphia on Saturday. TFC battled Seattle for the MLS Cup for the third time in 4 years and dropped this round 3-1. And on Sunday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings go into Dallas and pick up
putting these photos out, emailing to
28-24
somebody
win.
else.
Sports
See,
at
people that
15 and
fucking
45
just
past every
waste
hour
their
or
time and
anytime
money.
on all of
Waste all
Tiviston on
that money.
TV
That's all
and
good,
radio.
man.
Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Northwood Mortgage. 6 City News time, 12:16.
Something's always coming up. Home improvements, kids' education, car repairs, credit card bills. Maybe you even saw a real deal on an investment property. Well, don't wait for the money to fall from the sky. Call Northwood Mortgage and start taking care of business. Use your home to save money. Pay off your mortgage faster. See why Canadians have turned to Northwood Mortgage for over a quarter of a century. Northwood Mortgage. Visit NorthwoodMortgage.com. License 10349.
Hi, I'm Hugh Herron, president of Heathwood Homes. For over 40 years, we've been building beautifully master planned communities across the GTA, helping thousands of families feel home at last. The Heathwood tradition is rooted in family values and quality. We take pride in building homes known for their great design and luxury features. Visit Heathwood.com and discover our new communities in Whitby, Kitchener, and Toronto. At Heathwood, you will be home at last.
6 City News time, 12:17. This just into 6 City News. Toronto police and fire are currently on scene at a residential high-rise building in Etobicoke. Flames and smoke can be seen from the balconies of the building located at Caffrey Road and East Mall. Police confirming there are occupants injured at this time. The building is currently under evacuation. Stay with 6 City News for more on this developing story. This is 6 City News, All News Radio. A renowned journalist will be speaking in Calgary this week with a focus on the Middle East and Donald Trump. Robert Fisk's been embedded in the region for most of his career, writing extensively on subjects such as the Iraq War, Syria, terrorism, and the effects of Western foreign policy. 6 City's Tom Ross chats with Fisk about what to expect from his lecture.
Fisk says he's not an activist, but he does want to pass along his knowledge.
Trying to explain why Trump
through his sheer insanity, I mean, I believe that Trump should be in a mental institution, has effectively neutered American power in the Middle East.
Fisk made a career questioning authority and sharing alternative viewpoints, as shown by one quote, where journalists should be neutral and unbiased on the side of those who suffer.
Not to take a side, per se, but say, look, the Middle East is a huge bloody tragedy. It's not a football match where you have to be equal quotes from both sides.
Speculates that policies need to change, and instead of putting soldiers in places like Iraq and Syria, bring experts, educators, scholars, and the likes.
We've always supported financially, militarily, the dictators who oppress people.
Fisk will share his stories at the University of Calgary on Wednesday night. You can get tickets at cjpme.org. I'm Tom Ross.
6:50 News Time, 12:19. Public hearings are set to begin this week as part of the House impeachment inquiry into U.S. President Donald Trump's July phone call with Ukraine. Trump is accused of pushing Ukraine to open an investigation of his political rivals in exchange for military aid. Reporter David Wright says Republicans have their own list of witnesses who they want to hear from. Meanwhile, Republicans have also been testing messages in response to the impeachment inquiry of Trump.
With the impeachment inquiry about to enter a new public phase, the battle lines are drawn over who should testify. Republicans, for their part, want to hear from Hunter Biden and the anonymous whistleblower who first sounded the alarm that resulted in the impeachment inquiry. But the chair of the House Intelligence Committee said calling the whistleblower would only place their personal safety at grave risk.
Some criticize the process Democrats are following. Others dismiss as hearsay claims that Trump was pushing Ukraine to open an investigation of political rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter.
Look at Israel to do it.
12:20 traffic and weather next.
Russia.
It's Sleep Country's 25th birthday, but right now you get the gift.
It doesn't
As a
make any
thank you
fucking
for
sense.
25 amazing years, you'll get a free $25 birthday promo card at any Sleep Country store. It's good for anything, including mattresses, headboards, and bedding, like pillows, duvets, sheets, and more, with no minimum to spend. It's our gift to you, so get yours before November 12th. It all ends tomorrow. Sleep Country, all for sleep.
What did you just do?
One card per person per transaction. Card expires November 12th, 2019. Cannot be combined with gift card purchases. Use in store or online. See in store for details.
Out for a drive, are you? That's bold. Have you seen how snowy I am? And how about my puddles? Yes, of course, there's ice. Black ice. And you can't even see it. And there's a tree down. But I won't tell you where.
Winter roads are evil. Be prepared. Get a set of 4 Hankook winter tires by December 31st and get up to $60 back. For details, go to hankookfire.com.
6:50 News Time, 12:21. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Michael Ranger.
This report brought to you by Don Valley North Lexus. Well, major routes, they're all up to speed right now. It's a quiet drive. There's some construction that's been set up for overnight, though, and a lot of it is on the westbound 401. First spot at McCowan in the collectors, 2 left lanes gone there. Because of that, the transfer from the express to the collectors west of McCowan is closed. Another spot in the collectors at Victoria Park, 2 right lanes gone, and then another spot in the collectors at Kiel where they're working in the 2 right lanes. Because of that patch of construction, there's no access to the westbound 401 from Kiel Street. The road's closed. And out from Weston Road to Islington and the Express road work going on in the 2 left lanes there.
As soon as I try to do anything to fucking prove things that they don't want proven, this is living proof.
The ramp is closed. No access to the westbound 401 from the northbound Don Valley Parkway.
You can't fucking argue with it. This is why one of the reasons they want me down.
Lots of construction there as well. From Dundas in the collectors, they're working in the 2 left lanes. The north of Dundas transfer from the collectors to the express is closed. The north of Burnham Thorpe transfer from the express into the collectors, they are closed. Northbound to 427, the ramp from Rexdale Boulevard is shut down, and southbound 427 ramp from Derry Road shut down. Eastbound 407. No access to the 427 in either direction. Ramp closed for bridge repairs. At Don Valley North Lexus, lease the redesigned 2020 Lexus RX 350 from just $248 bi-weekly for 40 months. Visit DonValleyNorthLexus.com for details. Your next report is at 12:31. Now with the forecast, here's Malia Sheikh.
Lots of snow in the forecast today, a daytime high of just -1, so it's going to be very cold. Our seasonal average for this time of year is 8 degrees, so this is quite unusual. We're also expecting 10 to 15 centimeters of snowfall, so I hope you know where your shovel is, and a low of -9. Tuesday, it gets even cooler, -5 as your daytime high, partly cloudy skies though, and -13 as your low. Wednesday, another decent day, -3 as your daytime high, a mix of sun and cloud, and a low of -5. Your high for today, -1.
Right now, downtown Toronto, 1 degree, some light snow over at Pearson Airport. Similar conditions and 1 degree, feeling like -7. Remember, 6 City News is the only radio station with a weather guarantee. Today's jackpot stands at $5,900. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, the latest on how the city and surrounding areas choosing to celebrate Remembrance Day and how you can observe this special day. 6 City News Time, 12:24.
It always takes me 20 minutes to upload a picture, eh? Like my phone never fucking works.
Another misconception is that Lazy Boy is all recliners.
Plus, I'm fucking retarded. I haven't been using computers since like 1985. I don't know how none of this shit works.
Fashionable Lazy Boy furniture and accessories for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. And designers who will consult in your home for free.
The people they hire to try to hurt me and hack me and all these things have not even been doing it as long. Like they haven't been as alive as long as I've been using the shit they're trying to use on me.
680 News on your Sonos smart speaker, Amazon Echo, or any Google Chromecast-enabled device like Google Home with the free Radio Player Canada app.
In the car, tune in using Radio Player on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Radio Player Canada. It's where Canadian radio plays.
6 City News Time at 12:24. Air from Serbia is heading for a huge chunk of the United States and could set record low temperatures. U.S. National Weather Service meteorologist Brian Jackson says the cold front's sweeping in from Canada right now, which is why we'll be getting all this snow shortly.
It's got Arctic air behind it. It'll be the coldest air so far this season. And it's currently pushing into the central Great Plains and approaching the Great Lakes, and it'll sweep across the eastern two-thirds of the country.
The cold front will bring January-like temperatures in the U.S. that are as much as 17 degrees Celsius colder than normal for mid-November. So happy November. This report brought to you by Daryl Hayashi, 680 News Time, 12:25.
Hello, I'm Daryl Hayashi, a former tax auditor. Over the past 20 years, I've dealt with thousands of Revenue Canada auditors, appeals, and collection officers. Let me use this experience to assist you in dealing with your corporate or personal tax problems. I understand that this can be a difficult time for you, but we can work on it together. Call me at 416-751-TAX-7. That's 416-751-TAX-7, or email me at taxaudit@rogers.com.
Built-in apps on the phone don't function. If that happens, I'm not going to use the phone no more. You ain't going to be spying on shit, eh?
With 6 Uzzles on a single ticket, it's apt with more fun and a chance to win $250,000. Whether you're in your pajamas or on public transit, Instant Crossword is the perfect way to enjoy some me time.
The letter P can change everything. Pick up a $10 Instant Crossword Deluxe
You
ticket
sound
at
like
your
you're making
local
fun of
lottery retailer,
autistic people,
and you
right?
could win
You don't sound funny.
6 City News Time, 12:26. Now the 6 City News Weekend Business Report.
I'm Richard Dedman. Canada scores highly in worldwide research into pensions, maintaining a rating of B in an index from the HR giant Mercer. F. Hubert Tremblay is a principal in its Montreal office. What do you mean by retirement systems?
It includes all pillars of the system: employer-sponsored pension plans, government plans, private savings, also some other wealth.
So where does Canada rank against other countries in the Mercer Index?
Currently, we are in the 9th place out of 37 countries considered in the study. So Canada has a really robust retirement system, and it's been the case for all the years we've been performing this index.
Who are you
really robust system, 3 main pillars that are used: employer pillar, government pillar, and private saving.
The report talks about sustainability. What does that mean in the sense of retirement systems?
The sustainability is how the system is able to last over time, to be financially secure over time.
And I see that Canada and the U.S. are similar in that sense, but we're far ahead of the States in a category called integrity.
The integrity is more related to the governance, related to the program and to the communication on the program that is made to the participants of each program. Also, when you have strong regulatory bodies overseeing the system, that helps increasing the integrity of the system as well.
And in what areas of retirement systems could Canada improve?
Reduce the debt as a percentage of the GDP, but also it would be important to encourage the work of experienced worker, ask them to stay longer in the workforce. Also, we need to increase the savings of middle-income households
decrease their level of debt.
That's F. Hubert Tremblay with Mercer. In the Business Center, I'm Richard Deckman.
Just deleted one of my photos. I don't know why I didn't delete all of them.
You can carry around a spoon and syrup.
Just deleted one of the photos.
Or try alternative methods. How about those lozenges? Why not drop all that for a different way? Cold drops. Just one drop with a naturally sourced ingredient for temporary symptom relief of cough, sore throat, and nasal congestion.
Relief with just one drop. Cold Drops.
For a retailer near you, visit colddrops.com. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
Only 4 days to the Princess Margaret Home Lottery early bird deadline. Don't miss our world-famous $1.3 million early bird prize. A spectacular cottage in Muskoka, built by Linwood, complete with dock and lakeside gazebo. All this could be yours, along with $50,000 cash. Don't wait. The early bird prize deadline is in 4 days. Tickets at princessmargaretlotto.com.
Now let's look at your business travelers forecast. Washington, D.C., mostly cloudy and 14. Boston, overcast and 9. Right now, downtown Toronto, 1 degree with some light snow. 6 City News Time, 12:30.
#1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Good morning. This is Monday, November 11th. I'm Carly Donahue.
And I'm Tim Chapman. Here's what's making news this hour.
Today, we honor Canada's current and fallen heroes. It's Remembrance Day, and Premier Doug Ford will be in the city commemorating those brave Canadians.
Events are scattered across the GTA today, all based on one thing: thanking those who fought for our freedom.
Snowfall warnings and winter weather travel advisories blanket southern Ontario ahead of heavy snow and frigid temperatures to kick off the work week. There will be a number of transit closures on the TTC today, not related to Remembrance Day, but the TTC will be pausing for a moment of silence.
The Underman Raptors with an impressive performance against the Lakers. The Maple Leafs give up 4 goals in the first in Chicago, and TFC falling short of the MLS Cup Finals. Sports at 45.
And coming up in business, the holiday shopping season is here, but there are some things you should do before you shop till you drop so you don't have a holiday debt hangover.
City News Time, 12:31.
It's time for traffic and weather together on the
22 minutes so far to upload a couple of pictures.
This report brought to you by Mercedes-Benz.
I'd be gone already. If they didn't fuck around, the video would be shorter.
Right now, westbound 401, McAllen and the collectors are working in the 2 left lanes. Because of that, the transfer from the express to the collectors west of McAllen is closed. Some more construction. The collectors at Victoria Park, 2 right lanes gone there, and then again at Keele, 2 right lanes gone there as well. Because of that spot of construction, there's no access onto the highway from Keele Street. So the ramp to the westbound 401 from Keele closed, and then from Weston to Islington in the express road work going on in the 2 left lanes. None of those spots causing any delays right now, though. It's all up to speed. Other side of the highway, eastbound 401, we've got 1 ramp closure. The ramp to the 410
but it's not deleting the ones I give
northbound DVP ramp to the westbound 401 is closed. We've got some construction on the northbound 427 at Dundas in the collectors. They're working in the 2 left lanes. North of Dundas, the transfer into the express closed, and then north of Burnham-Thorpe, the transfer into the collectors is closed. There's also no access onto the northbound 427 from Rexdale Boulevard. No access to the southbound 427 from Derry Road.
Why the
Traffic
fuck
spotter
doesn't
just
this
called
shit
in
work?
and let me know we have a collision in Brampton. It's at Beauvard and Richvale Drive, which is just east of Kennedy Road. And eastbound Beauvard is closed right now at Kennedy Road as crews are on scene dealing with the collision there. This month at Mercedes-Benz Berry, they're covering the first 3 lease payments OAC on all their most popular models. It's the winter sales event. For details, visit mbberry.com. Your next report is at 12:41. Now with the forecast, here's Malia Sheikh.
A daytime high of just -1 today. Very cold, but the big weather story here is just how much snow we're getting. We're expecting between 10 to 15 centimeters of snowfall. There is a weather advisory in place for Toronto, so make sure you drive carefully on those roads, especially if you don't have winter tires. A low of -9. Your high for today, -1.
Right now downtown, 1 degree, some light snow, feeling like -3 over at Pearson Airport. Similar conditions, -1, feeling like -7. 680 News Time, 12:33.
Today, November 11th, is a day to remember, give thanks, and honor members of the Canadian Armed Forces.
The city's Zahara Hashimi explains
my grandfather lost his American citizenship because right about his age joined the Canadian Forces.
Today is Remembrance Day, a day where the country joins together to honor present and past Canadian soldiers. There will be a number of places in the GTA where you and your family can show your support. Doug Ford will be hosting Ontario's ceremony of remembrance at the Ontario Veterans Memorial in Queen's Park. This is the province's official celebration remembering the bravery, courage, and sacrifice of the Canadian Armed Forces. There will be road closures in effect to accommodate the event around the Queen's Park area, mainly from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will get underway at 10:45 a.m. and is open to the public. I'm Zahara Hashimi.
Queen's Park isn't the only place you'll be able to honor Canadian soldiers. The city will be filled with events all morning. Prospect Cemetery is the final resting place of over 5,300 Canadian and Allied soldiers. There will be a sunrise ceremony there at 6 a.m., rain, snow, or shine. Mayor John Tory will be delivering remarks as part of today's ceremony at Old City Hall. The service is open to the public and will also be broadcasted via live stream on the city's YouTube channel. There will be road closures on Bay, Queen, and James Street for the event. In addition to that, Remembrance Day services will be held at East York Civic Center, Etobicoke Civic Center, Fort York National Historic Site, Meridian Arts Center in North York, and the York Civic Center, all starting at 10:45 a.m.
6 City News Time at 12:35. The TTC and YRT transit systems will also be taking part in commemorating Remembrance Day. Free rides on both transit systems will be offered to all current and former members of the Canadian Armed Forces, plus one companion today. Veterans can identify themselves by showing a uniform, medal, beret, or blazer. Immediate family of deceased veterans may also ride the YRT for free, presenting an item that identifies their relationship to the veteran. Wheel-Trans and Mobility Plus services are also available. At 11 a.m., all transit vehicles, including subways, will halt for 2 minutes in honor of our fallen soldiers.
Speaking of the TTC, there are going to be early TTC closures in effect on Line 1 that you should be aware of. Subway service between Wilson and St. Clair will end at 11 p.m. every night for maintenance until Thursday, November 14th. Shuttle buses and Wheel-Trans will be running throughout the affected stretches. Regular service will resume at 6 a.m. each morning.
This is 6 City News, All News Radio. 6 City News Time, 12:36. Breaking news from Etobicoke. Toronto Police and Fire are responding to a residential building fire in the area of Caffrey Road and East Mall. Flames and smoke reportedly seen from the balcony of the building. The building's currently under evacuation. Police report that some occupants are injured, but the extent of those injuries are unknown at this time. Stay with 680 News for more on this developing story.
This is All News Radio 680 News. A 2-alarm fire in Mississauga has sent one man to hospital with minor burns. The fire allegedly started in the basement of a home on Passion Flower Boulevard. The call came in just after 8 o'clock Sunday evening. Police say the man was the only person in the house.
This is 680 News, All News Radio. Famous Hockey Night in Canada commentator Don Cherry is now facing the heat of his comments made earlier this week. His words were described as an attempt to shame new Canadians for not wearing poppies.
You're
listen to
fucking
City
immigrant.
News
Shut the
people are
fuck
now
up.
speaking out, demanding an apology.
You people love you. They come
You
here,
people.
whatever it is.
Hashtag
You love
you
our way of
people.
life. You love our milk and honey. At least you could pay a couple of bucks for poppies or something like that. These guys pay for your way of life.
These are the words many are describing as despicable,
Our way of life, your way.
racist,
What
and
the fuck is your
un-Canadian.
culture,
He's
buddy?
misinformed and doesn't want to be informed. The reality is that so many people who are of color, racialized people from all over the world, paid the ultimate price.
People like the great uncle of Hania Sheikh, who served in the Second World War.
My family died for his freedoms as well, and they fought at being South Asian and Muslim.
Cherry's comments also forcing Sportsnet to step in, issuing an apology that reads in part, Don's discriminatory comments are offensive and they do not represent our values and what we stand for as a network.
Ron McLean's also received backlash for the comments as he sat there in silence during the rant. He spoke out yesterday evening saying he owes an apology to everyone, and they were wrong.
680 News Time, 12:38. A big loss for the Maple Leafs, who will be without one of their star forwards for at least the next 4 weeks. The team says Mitch Marner underwent an MRI exam Sunday after sustaining an ankle injury in Saturday night's game against the Flyers. There's no word on when he will be able to return to the ice.
680 News Time, 12:38. Prep the winter gear. Wicked winter weather will kick off the work week with record-breaking snow and cold. 680's weather specialist Michelle Mackey explains.
10 to 20 centimeters of snow looking to blanket the GTA as a low-pressure system trucks south of the lower Great Lakes. The snow will begin pre-dawn, so the earlier you can leave, the better. But prepare for a very slow evening.
That don't make no sense.
By that point,
So
heavy
you gotta
wet
leave
snow
now.
will be accumulating on the road, and with
this
winds gusting to 40 kilometers an hour, blowing snow will reduce visibility. Snowfall warnings and winter weather travel advisories blanket southern Ontario, and the snow that falls will not be melting anytime soon as record-breaking cold settles in for Tuesday. I'm Michelle Mackey. Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together on the ones, but first a look at the price at the pump. 680 News Time, 12:39.
Looking for the best winter vacation deals? Save big with redtag.ca on destinations in the Caribbean, Mexico, or even Europe. Plus, enjoy savings on cruise getaways. Book your trip now and pay for it using our monthly payment plan. And get air miles, reward miles on vacation packages. More travel, more savings. Plan your winter getaway today. Some restrictions apply. redtag.ca.
Now for the 680 News gas price update. Enpro says the price did not change at midnight, holding at $1.16.9 a liter at most GTA stations. 680 News Time, 12:40.
It's here. The Swap Rise event at Arrowwood Ford, where everybody saves an extra $1,000. We have hundreds of cars and trucks priced to clear. Save the showroom and buy online at AaronwoodFord.com. Aaronwood's online buying tools makes it so easy. Buy your car online today at Arrowwood Ford. The easy way. Swap your ride and save another $1,000. And remember, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy ours.
Need more dough for your bakery?
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
Want to give your beauty salon a makeover?
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
Does your auto shop need a boost?
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
Whatever small business you run, they can help. Apply for a small business loan today at thinkingcapital.ca/radio. You could receive up to $300,000 in as little as 24 hours.
ThinkingCapital.ca/radio.
It's just that easy.
680 News Time, 12:41. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones with Toronto's most frequent traffic reports. Here's Michael Ranger.
This report brought to you by Sobeys. Well, we got some construction on the roads right now. A lot of it on the westbound, the 401. McCowan in the collectors that are working in the two left lanes. Because of that, the transfer into the collectors from the express west of McCowan is closed. Some more construction in the collectors at Victoria Park, working in the two right lanes there. Again, at Keele in the two right lanes. Because of that construction, the ramps to the westbound 401 from Keele are closed. We've got a final spot of construction from Weston to Islington in the express. Two left lanes gone for road work there. Other side of the highway, eastbound 401, no access to the 410, and the southbound Leslie ramp to the highway is closed. Northbound DVP ramp to the westbound of 401 closed. No access to the northbound of 427 from Rexdale Boulevard, and no access to the southbound of 427 from Derry Road. Both those ramps closed. And then eastbound of 407, the ramp to the 427 northbound and southbound, that's shut down right now for bridge repairs. We do have a collision in Brampton. It's on Beauvert Drive at Richvale Drive, which is just east of Kennedy Road. Eastbound Beauvert closed right now at Kennedy Road. What's for dinner? Sobeys roasted chicken, maple cured ham, and roasted turkey breast. In stock 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day, or it's free on your next visit. Conditions apply. Your next report is at 12:51. Now with the forecast, here's Malia Sheikh.
Say hello to winter. Snow expected throughout the day. A daytime high of just -1 today. Our seasonal average is 8 degrees, so quite a bit cooler than that. The heaviest snowfall is expected in the afternoon, so drive very carefully. And because of that winds gusting out of the northeast up to 40 kilometers an hour, visibility on the roads could be an issue as well. A low of -9. Tuesday, it gets even cooler, -5. Partly cloudy skies though, so no snow on your Tuesday, and a low of -13. Your high for today, -1.
Right now in downtown Toronto, it's 1 degree, feeling like -3 with some light snowfall. Over at Toronto Pearson, also snowing. -1, feeling like -7. Still to come on 680 News, a look at how a popular prescription could be out of reach for low-income women. 680 News Time, 12:43.
Step into a world
Trying to
of the
trick us
holiday
into something we don't want to be on.
Canada's Wonderland's all-new Winterfest, starting November 22nd. Experience a magical winter wonderland featuring more than 5 million lights, ice skating on Snowflake Lake, festive characters, rides, live shows, and giant Christmas trees. Plus, get unlimited visits to Winterfest this year when you buy a 2020 Gold Pass now and come back for unlimited visits all next year. Get yours online at canadaswonderland.com.
Introducing Festival in downtown Vaughan. Live, laugh, and play in the new South VMC. Festival, it's a celebration. A Menkes Quadrille community. Register at festivalsouthvmc.com.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
It's 1 degree. Good morning from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Carly Donahue. Here are the top stories this hour. It is Remembrance Day, and the province's official event will be held right here in downtown Toronto. Premier Doug Ford will be at Queen's Park, dedicating the day to those who serve and those who have served in the Canadian Armed Forces. The rest of the city are also working hard today to show their appreciation for Canadian soldiers. Events across the GTA will be held to commemorate the bravery and sacrifice made by those who have served. And the TTC and YRT offering special services this Remembrance Day while also coming to a standstill during the moment of silence. There will, in addition, be unrelated TTC closures throughout the city. 680 News Time, 12:45. Now for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan, here's Colin Teskey.
The Maple Leafs trailed 4-1 after the first, but they weathered an early storm in Chicago. Picked things up 5-3 Hawks now, late in the third.
Riley back to the blue line. Perry over on the far side. Matthews down low. Cedric Patrick score!
That's as close as the Maple Leafs would get despite firing 57 shots at Hawks goaltender.
Firing 57
would
shots.
finish with 4 assists, but the Hawks go on to win 5-4. Mitch Marner going to miss at least a month, possibly more, with an ankle injury that he suffered in a loss against Philadelphia. While the Raptors go into LA and stun LeBron James and the Lakers, the bench mob getting it done. Chris Boucher from Montreal with 15 points off the bench. Pascal Siakam had 24 to lead all Raptors. Next up, a date with Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. TFC falling in the MLS Cup final 3-1 versus the Seattle Sounders. Here's Captain Michael Bradley.
The group will, as always, learn from moments like this, from experiences like this, and make sure that they get used in the right way to push us forward.
It was the third time in 4 years Seattle and Toronto met in the final. NFL Sunday Night Football, Dallas losing at home to Minnesota 28-24. The Vikings move to 7-3. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
680 News Time, 12:46.
Hello, Alpine Credits.
I own my home. I need money for...
What rhymes with approved?
Is that a word?
Probably not.
Approved. Got a hint?
You own your home, so you are...
Approved.
Approved? Really?
I got this. Okay, I give up.
You are approved.
Own your own home? At Alpine Credits, we try to approve all home equity loan applications, regardless of your credit, age, or income. Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved. Visit alpinecredits.ca. Fiscal license 12616 and 12617.
As the preferred choice of Canadian optometrists for vision correction procedures, TLC Laser Eye Centers puts your life into sharper focus. With over 20 years of experience, our safe, high-quality procedures ensure a consistent track record of patient satisfaction. At TLC, we believe everyone deserves freedom from glasses and contacts. Our flexible and affordable financing options are built to fit your budget, so you aren't held back by cost. Book a free, no-obligation consultation today at tlclasik.ca.
You're listening to All News Radio 680 News.
No, I went
the
to
Kids
Lazy
Food
Again Bean,
Nation
got
National
PRK.
Recipe Contest asks kids across the country to share their love of good food by submitting original, healthy recipes that highlight their culture or their Canadian pride. From hundreds of entries, 26 top young chefs from across the country got to celebrate their win for the best recipe. Tina Yazdani of City News has more.
26 top young chefs from across the country gathered this morning at the Omni King Edward Hotel to take part in the 3rd annual Kid Food Nation National Recipe Contest.
Today we're celebrating Kid Food Nation, which is where we're bringing 26 recipe contest winners into Toronto to celebrate the great healthy recipes that they have submitted and have been chosen as the winning recipes.
I made a recipe called a berry-tastic salsa, and out of like hundreds of people, I was one of the winners.
It's been a way to really understand and learn so much more about healthy eating. And I think in a time when we're thinking about, in some cases, kids who don't get enough food, and in other cases we're seeing younger and younger issues of obesity and eating disorders, celebrating good eating and healthy eating is an important thing for lots of families now.
For City News, I'm Tina Anzani.
680 News Time, 12:49. A study from the University of British Columbia suggests birth control prescriptions are out of reach for low-income women. As Kyla Butler reports, the trend laid out in the study is something an organization that assists marginalized people sees every day.
Nurse Gwen Moncayo at Calgary Urban Project Society isn't surprised with the study at all. She says CUPS fundraises and in partnership with a few other clinics works to make sure that there's birth control for anyone who needs it.
We really pushed hard on IUDs because with the chaotic lifestyle, with substance use and poor mental health and homelessness, it's so much easier if they have an IUD that takes us 2 minutes to put in.
Both Moncayo and the study lead
Fuck them up permanently. That's much better.
Care program could eliminate barriers low-income people face.
We really need to be equitable about increasing access to contraceptive care, and one of the pieces of that is ensuring equal access, that cost is not a barrier. And right now, what we see.
I know you don't want me to search these words. I'm going to type it in anyway.
Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll head over to the traffic center with an update from Michael Ranger. 680 News Time, 12:15.
This is your Air Transat flight attendant.
Yo, I got nothing for you.
Can replace family time.
And the business report's going to be bullshit. I'm out.
It's not quite the same.
But I always comment and even use smiley emojis.
Still no.
What if I add GIFs?